Welcome to another edition of Tell It How It Is, No Filter. This is Voice of Reason in case you didn't know. And yes, thanks for joining me. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, please. Voice of Reason NF on YouTube. Like, comment, share. You understand? The comments are so important to me. Like, there's no limit. If this is called No Filter, you can speak and say whatever. There's no sensitivity over here. So anything you got to say, I want you to say. Now, this is promoted across all platforms as far as Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. So wherever you see this at, feel free to make your comment. I'll also create shorts for my people with low self attention spans. So it'll be available that way as well. It's also audio always. So you have various avenues to check this out on and to comment on. Thank you. I appreciate all the attention that it receives. So let's go right in. Fellas, you shouldn't go hard for ill intentions unless you're totally honest. Meaning, in this day and age, sorry, I don't want to start off negative already, but people are privileged and entitled. Both men and women, the culture itself. But in the dating field, I'm sorry, I really feel that it's huge here. Entitlement, privilege. And so there's a miscommunication a little because guys, whatever our intentions are, we approach with whatever energy that has, right? So for most of the women today in this dating field, no matter what the conditions will be, it's still privilege and entitlement shown because back in the day, I won't say how long ago, it used to be ill when, if a guy just wants to have fun, he could hang out with a lady. They could come to terms with, all right, we just gonna bust a move. We're gonna do that, and that's that. Or we're gonna do that and see. Or we're gonna do that once a week. Or maybe that was one and done. I'm not saying that it's good behavior for women who are trying to achieve a solid partner and they probably been there, done that. They've had that phase and they're not on that. So listen, whatever drum you beat to, whatever drum you beat on, beat to, whatever, however you live in your life is whatever. So I'm not trying to reroute that. What I'm saying is miscommunication and a lot of bad choices and bad pair-ups of people are happening because we're maybe not totally honest and or we're not going at or going for the type of people who are similar in thinking and movement, and more, that should more go on the guys because we're expected to be the icebreakers. So it's more our responsibility. If we know we're on a certain timing, we should only approach like-minded partners, like-minded people, right? So you can't tell that from just a look or just an interaction. And there's no friggin' crystal ball or palm reading to tell you that. I'm just saying that I think we should be more strict on time spent on it. So you have an interaction. Once you gather enough to know how that person is moving, thinking, etc., if it doesn't equate, it doesn't align, you keep it moving. So going hard to just have fun, rendezvous, one and done, perhaps one a week, whatever, fellas, let's just be real here. How hard should you go just for that acquirement? So the totally honest just means like if you're that blunt about it from gate, and this is where the women do take a little responsibility. Once he gives that energy and he's that verbally honest, if you know you're not on that timing, you should also promote to exit stage left, even if he doesn't. I know that again, with that privilege and that entitlement, women can get over a little because he'll go hard after he was honest about what he wants, and women can still enjoy those perks. Like he'll still date and he'll still treat or whatever, perhaps, depending on how bad he want whatever he's lining up. And that's another bad thing about us fellas a little bit, because we will do some shit. Now, back in my day, again, a young lady told me once, and it didn't hit right away, but it makes sense now. The people that go hard for you, where you did the bare minimum or you could have done more, when they understand or they learn, if it's put out there, that someone else got that behavior that didn't do damn near half the shit that they were willing to do, that's a slap in the face. I know it's a little bit off topic a little bit, but yeah, you get what I'm saying? So you going hard for something short term or something just fun, and you don't go this hard, fellas. Check yourself on this. And you don't go this hard when seeking a real partner. That frustrates the ladies a little bit. Like, you can't treat the jump off with wifey behavior, even if it's just to get her. Because now you twisting the game a little bit. Because if you do that and you're not going to take her serious, it's kind of crazy. But women also responsible for having that type of requirement and demand no matter where it goes. You may not see nothing wrong with that. I'm not the final call on that. But that's what's twisting the game as well, because every woman, a lot of women wants wifey treatment, because that's what it's called. Maybe they don't look at it like that. That's what it's called, dating and courting and getting to know somebody and quality time of any sort, like, and phone and texts. And when you combine all this stuff, it used to mean that this was people who were trying to form something. Now, if it's just wham bam, a one night stand or a fun thing or just with benefits, why is that still set up that way? Because why? They don't know each other. You still have to do the beginning steps and stages because you don't know each other. And women need to feel comfortable no matter what they're going to decide to do. So that's why these things still have to be in play, dating and courting and all that. But is it wrong to give flowers? Do you give a lady flowers that you just want to? I'm not judging it. I'm asking you. So you tell me. But yeah, I don't think that energy should be, that much energy should be put there. You know, if you're lucky, and it shouldn't be work if you meet or you select the right one who's on that same timing. More back in the day, real quick before I get off of this. Yo, and I said it already. I'm probably repeating it because I want to emphasize how much things have changed. You could go hang out once and you'd be surprised what that one hangout does. I'm gonna let you marinate on that. I know people who've been together over a decade off of that one hangout. Like, they went all the way, and it's judgment and sensitivity in the fucking world today. So I'm pretty sure if you ask most couples who's been together a minute, like a while, and they may have the story where, you know, yo, we hung out and it was a wrap, you know, it went down and we ain't been apart since. You know, it's not promoted today. It's not in favor of. The world is different. Every reason to not be that way is thrown in your face. So it's not happening. And I'm not even trying to bait the women into thinking that, oh, think about even being that way because you're going to get your partner. No, I'm just saying, like, it was more laid back and things weren't on the table as a demand as much back then. So when you hung out and shit went down, it's like, word, it was just so carefree about it, which, again, we probably can't be that way today. But it was still dope at times, you know, when it was safe. All right, I'm off that. Women sometimes create the monster they criticize. That's a good one. It's always criticized, right? That I give I give the women a hard time on here. I was told that maybe there were times I did, but I don't think that's not my motive. But anyway, think about it. I'm talking to ladies, you don't want good guy, nice guy. Not 100% surrounded, meaning like he's just that. Like there's no balance, and balance makes it tricky because we sometimes use the word balance for pretend. Because like if you're good, you're good. Like what is balance? Like you're just good. You're human, you'll make mistakes. There's stuff that you can do better at or a situation you can handle better. But being good is being good. Being bad is being bad. This balance word gets thrown into a lot of shit that I feel like you're full of it. But anyway, so women, you're a little confusing because you may come off like you don't want the bad guy if he's like 100% the bad guy, the villain. You know, you're turned on by that sometimes. You're attracted to that when you're younger or whatever the reasons or excuses y'all make to say that that's why y'all like that type at a time, the street dude. And I'm not saying that's a bad person to be with if you bout that, but it doesn't really benefit in the long run if you're on another path. You know, similarities and similar lifestyles have to coincide. You know what I mean? They got shows now. What is it? Queen of the South. You got BMF. Is that BMF? No. You got Raising Canaan. Rock. You see these women who doing that stuff? That shit is sexy to me from an entertainment standpoint. Women running shit like that in the street and all that. Based on my lifestyle, I couldn't be with them though. I'm just keeping it a buck. With what I do in my life now, I can't be with that. So I never understood women who could be with that if they not in that. But even in that, there's criticism. And what the fuck you expect if that's what you deal with? Then you get the good guy, the nice guy all around. You criticize that because no woman, and I get this, no woman wants a man they can walk all over and he do everything she say or he just crumbles because the man's supposed to be the tough one, the cement, the protector. But women is twisted because you know what's crazy? It may sound a little nutty. Stay with me. You got the bad guy, right? Because I'm not doing this balance thing with y'all where they sometimes good, sometimes bad. I'm doing one or the other. The bad guy, right? He might be treating you like shit in the sense of he got other chicks, right? So when shit go down, yeah, in emergency, he'll respond. Most likely he'll do right by you when it come to that. But I'd rather vote on the dude that's good and nice all around because you looking at him and taking advantage and like, damn, you know, toughen up. But let somebody play about you around him. He don't play. Like when a man really loves, and I don't know why y'all can't handle that good and nice because when he genuinely loves you, he has to balance himself, which I hate that word in this example. He has to balance himself to not be too good, too nice. But once the genuine love is there, that's all he want to be. And I know there be some guy life coaches or social media tell you not to be that way just because of this, y'all not being able to handle that. But can we have a conversation and maybe that's not the outcome the whole time for everything? Because if he fucking loves you, how is he supposed to behave? Good and nice. And if he genuinely loves you, he's not going to play about you. So if some danger comes, I put my money on the genuine loving you dude, the genuinely loving you dude. I put my money on him versus the bad guy. That may got a lot. He playing, he out there. And I'm not trying to expose him. I don't know if there's bad guys that's faithful. I'm not saying it's impossible. Listen. Y'all fucked the game up with that. Because you don't want the good guy. Is he too good? He too nice. And the bad guy's not good for you, but you may go towards that more. So now you're looking for this medium, and you got to really ask yourself, what is medium? How can there be a medium? You work legit on the books or you don't. If you're in the street, you're not going to have a balance. You have to be a certain way to survive out there. Again, I'm targeting that as not your ideal, but I'm not hating on it. People got to do what they got to do. That's the balance of the world. There's good people, there's bad people, whatever. That's what you call balance. But whoever's out there in them streets, just be safe. I'm not I'm not the hater of that. What I'm saying is they have to be a certain way because of that. And then the good guys, the nice guys, the ones who, go to work, legit dudes, they find real love. I could keep repeating this all day because you fuck me up with this. Like, how the fuck you want him to be? What do you really want? Yeah, mysterious. I talked about that in the last segment. You want him to be mysterious. That's prior to getting him, being with him, etc. And I guess you want that during the situation too. You're not going to use the word mysterious, but keep you on your toes, right? Yo, guys got to act to do that. Sorry to expose us. We got to act. Only the bad guy don't have to do that. He might could just be on that timing. But good guys, legit guys, ladies, you work a legit gig. He does. Y'all are together. That shit is rehearsal and acting for him to keep you on your toes. Because once he's squared, we're that simple. Once we're squared and we love, it's good and nice. Unless we just ain't shit. Like if we're a fraud, I feel you, ladies. Look, I got you. The frauds are the frauds. I'm not talking about the frauds. I'm talking about the ones. You don't want the ones I'm talking about. I don't know if you go for looks, money. There's something where he's weak at. Like the bread ain't enough. Or the looks ain't enough, if that matters. But his inside in here. What the fuck do you really want? Sorry to get that aggressive about it because it's that unsettling because I don't understand. Make it make sense. What do you want? You want balance. I don't want him to be too good, but I don't want him to be a killer. Like, you know what? That men don't do that, right? Like, we don't want, peel it back. We do that. Sorry for the, I had to be animated right there. We do that. But I don't think we're as delusional about it. Meaning, there's that phrase, a lady in the streets but a freak in the bed. So the women that we should have no business taking serious, wifing up, making partners are the disgusting, nasty, take your breath away, toes curl type of women. And that's not necessarily who we are supposed to be paired up with. And then when we do humble ourselves and go, you know what? I'm going to go beyond sexual, physical, lusty. I'm going to go beyond looks, lifestyle per se, because those tie together, looks and lifestyle for women. And I'm just going to go for the logical match. This is what I do. So I need to be with somebody who does this. You know what I mean? And it ain't like we're going to just ignore the looks completely, but it's no longer strong. So when we get to that, and now we may move accordingly. There's a setup with that though, because if we jump that too soon, where we think we over the whole lusty part of it, what's going to happen? He's going to cheat on the good girl. So I defend the women too. There's good girls that's all the way good, and we may not want them. Women, I think, have it better because I feel like it's your call. I don't know. I can't describe what attractive looks like for you, women. We could watch TV. Remember, I said this before, the Denzel Washingtons and the Michael Ealy's, those are attractive men for the women that they go crazy for, whatever. Morris Chestnut, remember I mentioned that. But my thing is, I feel like y'all got more options of an attractive guy to be potentially good and nice. I feel like that number, that percentage is higher. So I do feel there's women that's attractive, that's humbly good and nice. I don't have that as a large number though. 1 per 7 women? Attractive, fire, everything physical about her to your liking, not the world. We're going off of specifics here. I don't mean what the world thinks. I mean let's take a guy out there that's listening. You seen a female, a woman, a lady that physically to your eyes is the bomb, and then she's good and nice too and humble, fellas, that's 1 out of 7. And I think I'm being nice. I'm being nice. Here. You want me to narrow it down even worse? Let's say there's more. They taken. Women are debate the same shit. Well, the good men are taken. Yo, listen. You know what's crazy? They taken, but if he not behaving as he should, and you thought he was good and nice, you'll be damn right with the fuckery. Possibly. Not everybody. I'm just saying that's how the fuckery be happening though. Oh, he's so good. He's taken. Challenge. Get him. Like, what are we talking about? So I probably got way off the subject, but just understand, you create the monster you criticize. So you could have said you wanted a good guy, nice guy, and then you get him, and then you give him a hard time because he's actually on point with that. And now he changes or something shifts, and you're wondering why. It's because, yo, you be going against the grain. You say you want one thing, a lot of ladies, not everybody. You say you want one thing, y'all get to know each other, he's that one thing, then you start criticizing him in either direction, whether he good, nice, or a bad guy. So I'm confused. Maybe y'all need to get together and you want to have a group chat, ladies, then group chat that shit. What do y'all want? And we're going to discuss that later in this segment too. That's dope. All right, next. Women don't want you to be obvious or easy, soft. Does not coincide with what I just said. So, fellas, there's that I don't like it. You got to be an Oscar award-winning performer because when you're good, you got to show that you're a little bit bad. The bad guys, I don't feel like they got to act as hard or go in to try to be good. I think they survive a lot more in these situations somehow. But yeah, fellas, we can't. Today is so difficult. You can't just be like, yo, check it out. I give the, man, we're going to freestyle this, but this was stuff I remember from back in the day. Whether I heard it from a third party that told the person who told the person, whether I've used it, whether my best friend, like this is just my younger days. So let's go. You can't just say, yo, I don't have no science or explanation behind this. And all right, so let me help you in parentheses. I'm going off of physical attraction and what I see first. Listen, I don't have no science or math or anything behind why, but I'm feeling you. Can we just not bullshit and go through the interview process? And can we just see what's good? Not in those words exactly. Remember, I'm freestyling. Let's skip the interview. Let's skip the what your normal thing is. Oh, you know, we have to do multiple dates and court and da-da-da-da-da. I'm just talking about in this example. I'm not saying ladies will not be that way. Yeah, there's an application fee. You have to file. You have to fax this number and wait for me to go over your application and get back to you. Back in the day, we like, nah. So, listen, I like you. I'm feeling the vibe right here. You're fucking fire. I don't mean to say it like that. You know what I'm saying? And can we just cut to the chase? Meaning, yes, we'll still go on a date. We still got to hang out to see if we vibe. But don't put me through the application process, bruh. Like, unless I give that energy. Like, I'm giving the energy like, I want to get to know you. But even that's twisted because there go that good guy, nice guy. So now you do this and allow him to do that. And you're not going to take him serious. You see how it gets twisted? And it's not every case. But it gets so, getting a headache off of it. But I know it don't benefit you fellas to be too obvious or easy. Go back to the mysterious thing I talked about. Maybe I don't know, maybe you could be direct and just ask the date off the rip. But then have your demeanor solid, firm. You know, don't be so like animated or too excited about it. Or you could play it strategically and just, you know, interact and wait for that moment. But it's sad that you almost got to have a strategy, bottom line. And that's to revolve around that mysterious vibe. So you could, I guess, remain attractive. It's very easy to turn a woman off. I will admit that. And I will not judge you ladies on that. It's very easy to turn them off. Copy me? All right. Then we got through this quick. So the last one. What do you think most people are overlooking when it comes to building a relationship? All these fucking things I just said. But I think what we expect are things that come much later, after years and years of really seeing what love is, what building is, what partnership is, what commitment is, what loyalty is. When you really get it out the mud and y'all are trooping it for eons, those things come later. You don't want to waste time. Everybody's worried about their time, and time is precious. I think we want to see things way too early. We're not going to see those things. So it's kind of microwave. When two people come together, what can you do for me right away? What does being around you and with you, how does that benefit me? In what way? Is he going to take care of me? Off rip. Is he going to hold me down financially? Fellas, that physicality, that lust, we think, if we go after that could last. We think that could last for however long. And, that's enough of the energy to fuel us to do all of the right things that lady want us to do, based off the fact that we got you off of that. Some men and women, some people have survived this way, but they weren't honest. But that's what it was. And each person probably knows by now that that's what it was. When you speak to older folks, when they're like, yo, how did you, I hear some stories. Oh, he fell in love with my cooking. And other people, I fell in love with his smartness. Come on. You fell in love because you saw security. And he fell in love because he saw that booty. Yo, as much as we need to shift and shape ourselves into not thinking the norm, not being that simplistic, taking our real time, really dissecting things, really getting to know people, that is really what it's always mostly been. Everybody is capped. People are moving and doing things in a different way, like it's really different. It's really not. And I'm, it's past the booty. But you know what I'm saying? Like, men, if you see a couple that's been together a long time, it started from the lust for him. And for her, it was mysterious mixed with security. You know what I'm saying? I mean, of course, I can't say this is everyone, but that shit is damn near 90%. But today we front, mask, Band-Aid, cover up the fact that we're using a different approach. And you got life coaches and dating coaches, and this is how you should do. You go on the first date, the guy pays the first date. You make the date a certain price. You don't do too much. You can go like light just so y'all can actually talk. What's bad first dates? Like, there is so much like step by step ways that's getting thrown out there that shit don't fucking matter, man. Like, I mean, do it. Fine. But what I'm saying is, deep down in the mental into yourself, you can't lie to yourself. Women and men that are together, the basis of that, whether you admit it or not, or you try to tuck it, he is fucking attracted and lusty after you. That's the energy that sparked it. He wanted to fuck. What happens after that is circumstantial. It's based on events. It's based on all this shit that we're trying to say happens today, which is the approach you should use prior to that. But that's what the fuck it is. And for her, it's, again, a little attractive as well. See, women are more sophisticated because there's always been a mixture. It hasn't been the one thing. But I can tell you the lion's share of that mixture is security and knowing he got something fucking going on. Now you could throw a piece of mysterious in there with attractiveness. You could throw that in that same pot. But what the fuck does he got going on? Tell the truth. That's in there. So that's why it's more sophisticated. With us, it's simpler. So whoever's together, congrats if you're celebrating the anniversary. Love it. But celebrating anniversaries, being together, married, couple, live together, kids, whatever. All of y'all that's been rocking out and y'all got some good time behind y'all belt. Like y'all been rocking. Tell the truth. Just tell the truth. What really sparked that? And it's beautiful, actually. Everybody go against it. They be like, when you have ill intentions or if you just want to fuck or if she just wants bread, that is no way that positively that relationship gonna work or last, and relationships shouldn't be built on that at all. But back in the day, up to I don't know when I could call a cutoff time, that shit is in there. I don't care what you tell me. That shit is in there. But, the more we realize that, and for this question here, I feel like you got to know yourself. You may have to go to the notepad, jot some things down about yourself, and then jot down what your requirements are and what you won't do and what you're willing to do. And hopefully who you select will have that same notepad. Not saying y'all necessarily got to exchange the notepads for them to fully see, but y'all can discuss things off of there. And that's how you'll find out what you need to know. The stuff you really need to know, not the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And that's dope. So till the next time, my 3 Ps. Stay positive, stay progressive, and stay pushing. Peace.
Love being this, so I expect the drama. It goes left as a good guy. You crying for mama. Are you crying? Thick skin, like I'm wearing some armor. I'm a shooter, only way I miss shells like Obama. What a punch, you want love? What a punk. All I want is respect and 4 checks every month. Every bad guy's a fly and the hood got sore. So join us. Fuck you wanna be a good guy for? Why? They play in your face and think it's okay. With us they gotta tread light and think what they say. Or we leave them rotten stinking away. It's the bad guy message cause didn't relay. Well, we didn't delay, we spit in the K. Never fuck with the bad guy, the tip of the day. Tipping my hat to the gangsters that's like this, that always get away and be skipping indictments. You sure it's me that you wanna pick fights with? It'll get dark quick like you working the night shift. You ain't a bad guy, you acting like one. Say hello to my little friend and I'm clapping for fun. With the pistola, that's Spanish for guns. Look it up, I bet the bank like Capital One. So good guys, you better hide and pretend. Cause it's a movie where the bad guy doesn't die at the end.
So